The van's back, yes!
Welcome to Chaos in a Crafter.
And as you can see, I've wasted no time at all. It's actually the 27th of December, so the day after Boxing Day, and I'm already out here cracking on, getting everything ready. So these panels are going to go under the bed to separate out my electrics and mount everything too. But I wanted to give you an update on how we're getting on, because there's been a lot of progress since the last time you saw, courtesy mostly to Jason, our carpenter, who's been doing a lot of the work that you're going to see now for us. I explained my justification for using Jason over doing myself in the last video, but let's show you everything that we've done since then. So, as you can see, that wall there has now been suede lined, and we've had storage installed. He has redone my ceiling, so now it looks perfect and sits flush. We've also got a new frame around this, a slightly more low profile frame to go around the air conditioner. And you'll see we've got cupboards throughout. So these are all soft closing hinges and with magnetic catches to keep them shut and quiet while we're driving. So we've got a big one here, essentially over our living space, if you like. We have a small one back here over, again, our sink, which is now installed on top of our worktops in our cupboards. So this is where our sink's going to go. As you can see, there's a bit of a splash background there in this beautiful copper. And then under here again, the same logic, soft closing cupboards here. I haven't done the plumbing yet for the sink, but it's all there and sitting over. If I flip you around to this side, across the passageway over here again, we've got our hob is now sitting in. It's not wired in, but this is where our single burner hob from IKEA is going. We've got a fold-up worktop, which is solid. And Jason has lined up these beautiful veins in this. This was a compact laminate that I picked up on Facebook Marketplace, an offcut from someone's house. Really good place to get stuff for cheap, so check out there. Now, if we come down here, you'll be able to see this awesome unit. So we've got 4 holes here for water bottles or wine. And then we've got these soft closed drawers with, again, proper camper van style catches so they don't slide out while we're driving. Coming back, our fridge is now in place. Again, I still haven't done the electric, so none of this works, but at least it's sitting in its right place in the van and it's out of the house finally. This is our 90-litre fridge, which for 5 of us should hopefully be enough. We've got our Ninja oven sitting above it, and that's sitting in these little feet holders, which keeps it secure while we're driving. And then coming up here, you'll see this is only a half depth shelf. That's because there is a gap up behind it. I'm going to put a vent in here that allows the hot air from the oven to rise up and then be blown out here, but we've still got a shelf we can use. This is where our control panel is going to sit, so some beautiful brass bolts holding that in place, but this is where all our controls are going to be for our Truma heater, our Savvy van system, our Victron stuff. Everything's going to sit nicely here in the middle of the van and we'll control everything. Another cupboard here. Now all of these cupboards do have channels cut out underneath because we're going to have LED strip lights in here as well, and splashback. If I keep coming back, again, it's looking more and more like an actual camper van now. Back here, same as the front. This has all been lined in soft, squishy suede. And Jason has even put some yoga mats hiding behind here, so that's a nice, soft, squishy headboard for the kids' heads. And then again, we've got cupboards all the way back here. All of them sitting there. Again, a few wires there for various light strips and sockets that we're going to have sitting in here, and they're all soft close with magnetic catches, which is a nice little luxury to have. Flip you over on this side, exactly the same on this side, except thanks to my wiring, there's a little bit of wiring here, but again, same logic. We are going to have loads of storage in this van. Brilliant. What I've decided we're doing at the back here is, originally the plan was to have 2 windows. We're no longer putting those windows in here. We're going to leave this with just these side windows because a few reasons. First of all, I wanted to get more storage on the back. Secondly, I wanted to get a wheel ladder carrier for the outside of the van, which would have impeded the windows anyway. So as I explained in a previous video, we've gone for these Van der Moon rear door organisers, which are going to cover up all this stuff on the wall. And then we've got some curtains, some thermal curtains to install over the back. So that will give us a nice little cosy bed area. One of the other reasons I decided with no windows was because I was concerned that if you were opening and closing the back doors to put things in the garage underneath, you'd let all the heat from the bed area escape out the back. And especially if it was raining, if it was stormy, you'd end up having all of that blowing in right on top of your bed, which isn't exactly ideal. So we've changed our designs there. But if we just continue around here into the centre of the van, this is finally the last little bit you haven't seen. Our shower unit. So we've got the dome fan in there. There's no front wall or door on it yet, but we've got the main cubicle in, and we've got our stainless steel powder coated white shower tray down there. That is all now plumbed in down to our waste tanks underneath the van, which is perfect. So the shower room is pretty good. I'm essentially bang on 6 foot, and I can fit in here with a little bit of extra space, and even sort of side by side you can see I can fit in here. And I have got space actually to move around and shower. This was essentially the smallest space we could fit me in, and we're going to have our composting toilet sitting in this space most of the time as well. So it needed to be enough space for me to stand up and shower and sit down and do that business. So, and then the only other thing is that underneath these front seats, we've now got a bit of extra storage as well. Come down here and show you that. So just under these seats there are some boxes here to give us a little bit of extra storage, just on hinges. No catches or anything on these. Well, sorry, no handles. There are catches. What's next then? I've got 30 days to finish the van. That is it. In 30 days time I start a new job, and when I start that job I'm not going to have a lot of time to be out here building the van and continuing with it. So we have to get it done. What does that mean we've got left to do? We have got all our services left to run. The electrics need doing, which are mostly going under the floor there. The diesel heater is pretty much finished, but just needs the ducting running and then power to it. We need the shower installing and the front door of the shower doing. We have to wire up all our appliances. We have the sink, but we currently have no drain for it and no tap, so the plumbing needs doing there. We also need to do our front step. So this front step is loose. I'm hoping to have it lift up with storage underneath, which it currently doesn't do. So I need to install that. I also need to build my table. We've got an awesome table, or at least a design for a table, with a rotating section on the top. So it's in 2 pieces and the other half will swing around. So you can have half table or a whole table. The table will go behind the chairs, stored, tucked away where my Van der Moon storage currently is. Those also need mounting to the back walls of the van. Then we also need to get the ladder carrier installed on the back of the van and some new wheels putting on. And I think finally the one last little thing left to do is our Starlink needs wiring in. And that I think is everything. 30 days to do it, so stay tuned and see if I manage to do it in time. Otherwise the van might end up being put on hold when I start the new job, which I really don't want to happen. But I'll keep you updated as I do my electrics next. Have a great Christmas and New Year to everyone.